How do we multiply two binomials, expressions with two terms? Something that's making things tricky is the addition and subtraction. What do we do? If you watched our video on the 4 basic properties of math, you know about the distributive law. If you don't know about the 4 basic properties of math, I encourage you to check out this video. The distributive law states that a times b plus c in parentheses equals a times b plus a times c. Can this help us with our binomials? To make simplifying easier, let's try a substitution technique. Let's temporarily replace 2a plus 1 with n to simplify our work. If we do this, we get n times 3a minus 2. Does this look familiar? It should, because this follows the distributive property. Applying the distributive property, we can rewrite this as n times 3a minus n times 2. Now, let's substitute in our value for n, which is 2a plus 1. This gives us this expression. And do you see what we can do here? That's right, we can use the distributive property again. The first group distributed is 6a squared plus 3a. The second term distributed is negative 4a minus 2. So if we add these two together, we get 6a squared minus a minus 2. And that's a simplified product of our two binomials. Now, this multiplication took a bit of time. Now that we know that it works, here's a little shortcut we could use instead. To multiply two binomials, we can follow the FOIL method. FOIL helps us systematically multiply binomials by following the 4 steps. Multiply the first terms, then the outside terms, the inside terms, and finally, the last terms. No matter the binomial, this method always gives the correct product. Let's see this in action. Looking at these two binomials, the first step is to multiply the first terms together, 3x and x. Multiplying together, that's 3x squared. Next, we multiply the outside terms, 3x times negative 1. This is negative 3x. Now we multiply the inside terms, 4 and x, which is 4x. And finally, we multiply the last terms, 4 and negative 1. This is negative 4. To simplify, we can combine the negative 3x and the 4x together, which gives us this simplified product, a trinomial. Now let's test what we learned in some practice. Multiply these binomials. See what you can do, and then let's tackle it together. Alright, let's use the FOIL method to solve this. The first step in FOIL is to multiply the first terms in the binomials. Here, that would be b and 2, which gives us 2b. The next step in FOIL is to multiply the outside terms, b and c. The third step in FOIL is the inside terms. That would be a and 2, which when multiplied together gives us 2a. And the last and final step of FOIL is to multiply the last terms. Here that would be a and c, so we get ac. We aren't able to simplify here by combining like terms, so this is the simplified expression. Great work. Let's try another one. Multiply these binomials. As always, take a shot at it on your own. Alright, let's do it together. Multiplying the first terms, x and x, we get x squared. Multiplying the outside terms, x and 7, we get 7x. Multiplying the inside terms, negative 3 and x, we get negative 3x. And finally, the last terms, negative 3 and 7, multiplied to negative 21. So we have x squared plus 7x minus 3x minus 21. We can combine the 7x and negative 3x to 4x, and that's our simplified expression. Great work. Let's try one last multiplication. Try multiplying these binomials on your own, and then we'll do it together. Alright, using the FOIL acronym, we begin by multiplying the first terms, n and n. That would be n squared. The next step is to multiply the outside terms, which would be n and 2. This multiplies to form 2n. The third step in FOIL is to multiply the inside terms. Here that would be negative 2 and n, which is negative 2n. And the last step in FOIL is to multiply the outside terms. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. So we have n squared plus 2n minus 2n minus 4. Notice here that the 2n and negative 2n can cancel out, as they combine to make 0. So we're left with n squared minus 4. And that's the solution to this binomial. Cool. Alright, let's recap what we learned today. In the beginning of this video, we learned how to use the distributive property to multiply binomials. We also learned the FOIL acronym, which helps us multiply binomials. This acronym tells us which terms to multiply. First, outside, inside, last. So now you know how to multiply binomials. Want to test your skills? Try these binomial multiplications on your own. The solution can be located in the description. Did you enjoy this video or learn something from it? If you did, consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing. It's free and it means a lot. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, let us know in the comments. And that's it for now. As always, keep working hard and keep learning. Thank you for watching.